Yeah, sometimes you got to have a little kick in the butt, you know? I'll explain. Hey everyone, it's Cyndi checking in with you. So I spent the morning, what seemed like the whole morning, trying to put the backs on my collages that I'm taking over to a show today. I'm going to show you. Hold on. All right, I think I might have shown this to you in the last video that I had to do these. So I had to put eye hooks on here and string wire, even though it has a hanger and a thing, because these are going to a show and they needed to be hung this way. But I am telling you, this was a nightmare to get those in there. My office mate even came over to check on me. Is everything okay? Because it was not working. And things were flying out of my mouth that shouldn't have been. It's not a pretty picture. Anyway, these are going over to the show today to be hung. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I have to come back and finish my invoicing from last week. I had 3 sales last week. So lots and lots and lots of packages to get ready. Hey, it's Cyndi checking in with you again. It's been a while since I've kind of done a little behind the scenes thing. Since I haven't done a whole lot of art lately, I'll take you behind the scenes a little bit and share with you what's going on here at the studio. So that's my disaster over there. You guys have seen it before. It's a little out of hand and I just haven't had the time to do anything. But see that stuff over there? That's a combination of art stuff I've bought recently and stuff from estate sales that I've bought recently. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second after I swing around and show you something else. All right. So this is the outer part. You've seen a number of different times. But I want you to see this. This is my shipping boxes there. Or these are my shipping boxes there. And then these are all boxes that I have packed to get ready to go out. That's one that wasn't paid for from last sale. I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to turn you around in a second to talk to you about this next part. Because, yeah, sometimes you got to have a little kick in the butt. You know? I'll explain. Tomorrow is Saturday. And I could be open tomorrow. Except I have a whole studio full of boxes. If they weren't here, they'd be in the other room. I'm running out of room. That's not a bad thing, actually. It's probably somewhat of a good thing that I am running out of space. But, actually, I'm going to go sit down because this is kind of hurting me. But hang on. I'm going to go sit down and we're going to chat. I'm not exactly sitting, but this is... I have my camera on a tripod now, so it helps. So anyway, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I kind of been passing about needing more space and then jokingly about how, yeah, the more space you get, then the more stuff you get and whatever. But the truth of the matter is that I'm too big for this space. My setup here that I have going on, this is my customer checkout area when I do... Did you hear that? It's the heater turning on. This is my customer checkout area when customers come up to the shop, but this is also where I do my live sales. So I put all my live sale stuff over there. I have carts over here. I do this setup here. I stand, I talk, I sell my stuff. But then when it's all done, I have to pack it all up again, put it on a cart and roll it into my little 3-foot by, it's actually quite long, space that I've made for shipping. And I go back there and I stand and I'm like in this little cramped space trying to do all this shipping stuff. So, you know, I mean, it was working for a while because it had to work. But I've been thinking lately that I wouldn't mind having more space. Now, right next to me is an adjoining office, and I really like the guys that are over there. But I also really like the idea of expanding into the adjoining office that has a door in my office. So I that's been going around in my head. Gee, if they ever left, I would take over that space. You know, just thoughts in the background. Well, this week on Monday, the owner dropped off a new lease. Had been going month to month for a while, and they wanted to get a new lease on the books. It's actually a very good thing because it locks in my lease amount for, you know, the time period. But it's a 2-year lease. So I'm like, oh, crud. So I went and I talked to the guys that are in the office next to me to see what they were planning to do, and they're planning to stay. So then I talked to the other person. If you watch way back in the beginning when I first got this space, you will see that the outer space there where I have my showroom has been cordoned off. It actually goes back quite a ways. They made another office for somebody. So I talked to that person to see what they were planning to do. And he said that he's planning to stay maybe. Anyway. So I'm just I don't want to sign a 2-year lease in a space that I'm too big for. You know, now my landlords are wonderful people. They're just wonderful, and I have a feeling that if I needed to expand out, obviously in their space if somebody left, but if the guys next to me are signing a 2-year lease as well, that means they're not going to leave for 2 years, and the other one's lease is coming up, so he'll be signing, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's such a, and I'm getting ready to do a whole bunch of crazy things this spring. I'm going to be gone. Stress. There are a couple of options here. Not really a lot. Really, there's one option here. Let's put it that way. But it has drawbacks to it, significant drawbacks. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you. You know, it's real, it's honest, but you know, I mean, I've done amazing things with the doors. You've seen the doors. I've cordoned off space for myself. This is a whole storage area. It's supposed to be a workspace for art. Supposed to be able to use my die cut machine back there and my paper cutter and whatever back there. It's a storage area. So that's the other thing. I need storage for all the stuff I bring. And I suppose if I sold it straight out, but you guys, if I get something and I'm bad, it's just bad. It's a problem. I mean, if I find something that I think I might want to use for art, or I might want to package up and sell as art materials or something, I'm going to grab it if it's cheap enough. And I've tried to stop doing that. But it's got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. And I move a lot of stuff here, but I have to constantly have fresh stuff to move. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm having a crisis of, I don't know what the word is. And it's not a bad thing, actually. Sometimes, you know, it's funny, like I said, I had been thinking about it, and sometimes you need that little kick in the pants, you know, something to jolt you, to get you to move and do something. So fortunately, I mean, even given everything that's going on in the world right now, I've been doing pretty well. So, I mean, I could, if things stayed the same as they have and they didn't tank, I could do an additional, you know, space rental. So, and thank you if you're somebody that supports the channel in any way like that, coming to my sales or memberships, or if you guys have sent coffees, I thank you so much. All of that stuff helps amazingly, as does just simply giving the thumbs up and leaving a comment, because that helps YouTube find me and put it out to more people. And then the goal, I mean, with that is that as I put out videos, then that's some residual income from ads that I get from YouTube. So that helps too. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Fortunately, my landlord is very kind, so I think I have a little bit of time that I can play with to try to decide, but part of that time is going to be spent away. I'm going away. Going away soon. It's going to be fun, and you're going to enjoy it too. Well, I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, because I forgot what channel I was on. My vintage people really enjoy it. Anyway, that's what's going on here. Hey, I'm checking in again. Today is Sunday. I'm actually here on a Sunday. Went to church this morning and decided, you know what, I'm just going to go spend the rest of the day working on shipping and resetting the shop. It's very hard for me to reset the shop when my office mates are here, so I try to pick the weekends, and Sundays are actually the best. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what I'm doing. So if you remember the last video of this section, I don't know when that was, but I had my Valentine's Day stuff over there. I had an IKEA table right there, and then I had that stuff there. So I always like to really shake things up. It makes it look fresh. It keeps me from feeling stagnant, and it keeps anybody from coming, you know, that comes up here from off the street from thinking that nothing changes. So I think what I'm doing, or what I'm working on doing right now, is I cleared that out. I'm going to clear off all of this stuff. This is one table right there. It's a 6-foot table. I am going to remove the stuff off of that because that spans 2 tables. Take those down. And then I'm going to put that table there along that wall. Not quite sure how that's going to work because I use my tables. I use my under tables for storage, and it's going to cover over the bottom 2 of those things. So maybe I can use those bottom 2 things for storage, put those over there, and then I'm going to move the IKEA table over here, kind of in the middle. It is a lot smaller, and it will open up this space a lot, I think. But you know, you heard my earlier spiel. I don't have a whole lot of room. I've used up every ounce of room that I have. I don't have anywhere to store things. Eventually, well, I'm going to turn you back around. Hold on. So I'm still thinking about the whole expanding thing. And the problem is I'm getting ready to go on vacation for 2 weeks. And I just don't have time to deal with it. And the last time I got a little stressed out, I got sick. Well, who am I kidding? I've been sick since January. Off and on. But yeah, my office mate to the one side says I've talked to both of them, and the one that adjoins my studio space, they say that they plan to stay. Yeah, I don't blame them. It's a great place, but that would have been really nice because they adjoin. The spaces adjoin. Nobody would have to do anything. You know, my landlord wouldn't have to put in any kind of work for me to move in over there. It would be expensive for me because it has a view in it, so it's a prime space. Costs a little bit more. The other option is, and I talked to my neighbor that's behind that wall over there, you know, the other option is, you know, what is he doing? And but if he chose to leave and at some point, and I took that space, then my landlord would have to knock out that wall. And at that time, I would actually ask them to move the door to my, the one that adjoins my space. At least that's what I'm thinking, because I don't like it. That's the bottom line. I just don't like it. But I don't know. So I did look into a couple of other places. There's a place just down the road from us. But it's expensive, and I'm not sure that it's what I need. And I'm sorry for the shaky. Holding it one hand seems to make it very shaky. But anyways, I thought I'd check in with you. I'll let you see where I get before I leave today. And yeah, it's always fun to get a little behind the scenes. All right, I'm tired. It's after 5 o'clock. It could be pushing 6 by now. I don't know. It's time for me to go home. And but I thought I'd show you what I got accomplished today. All right, so actually I lied. It's not time to go. I can't go home yet. I have some packages I have to slap some labels on. I have to go see who paid me from the invoices that I sent out earlier, and then schedule a pickup for tomorrow, and then that should be good. But let me show you what I did. You'll see I've got toys over there. That's not how they'll stay in that basket. But I put the table in the middle, and then I put that thing on top of it, as you'll see there. And I'm not sure I like that, but I don't have anywhere else to put that shelf thing at the moment. And I don't really like how it divides up the line of sight there, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, and pay no attention to the stuff on the shelves, because I have to move all that stuff around too and get that situated. And, you know, it's always worse before it's better, as I always say. I haven't done anything with those shelves other than clear off things and shove them in there to get them out of the way so I could move stuff around. This is what I really spent the most of my time on, was moving that table over, getting that done, taking down the St. Patrick's Day stuff and the Valentine's stuff, and then just kind of setting this up over here. So I have, you know, nothing's arranged, nothing's the way it should be, but I am kind of, you know, in keeping this thing here, I kind of like having the pictures and things up off the floor. I think that'll give people a better opportunity to look at stuff. So I do like that. And then over here, this is where they used to be, down there on the floor. And by moving them up there, that creates some space for me to get in and out of there, because behind that curtain is where I do my shipping. And then we have that there so people can see that now. And that's a really cute thing. I love that thing. So that's what I did. Yeah. You don't want to see my studio. I'm not going to show it to you, because I shoved a lot of stuff over there, and I have to get it clean for Tuesday's sale. You will see this after, you'll see this Friday. This week I had a sale on Tuesday with Beth from Carolina Sweet Treats and Pretties over on Mimi's Treasure Cottage. And then my regular sale on Wednesday. And then I'm leaving next week to go on vacation. So kind of a crazy time here. And then I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing as far as space goes. My landlord, and I didn't mention this before, I don't think, my landlord is giving me until the end of April to kind of decide what I want to do. So I have to get my butt in gear and figure it out. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. Not a lot of art, but you know, I'll be taking another art vacation again sometime, I'm sure, and try to get some stuff done, you know, in my off time. Thank you for joining me. If you don't already follow me over on my other channel, I would love that, and I'd love it if you're not subscribed here to subscribe. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is kind of a goal, so if you could do that, that would be awesome. And give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Anything will do. Punctuation, emoji, anything. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.